And here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, people around the world. This is the weekly beer and video review show with me, Travel Man Dan. Welcome to the show. Today is going to be awesome. If you're watching from YouTube or if you're watching live on Facebook, please let me know. Say hello. Let me know. Drop a comment down. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. We got an amazing show ahead of us. We got some fun segments. The Eat It or Not is going to be awesome with Nate Massix. It's just going to be so much fun. We got a great show. We got some delicious beers to review all throughout the show. It's going to be a fun time. So let's go ahead and get started. I see we already have a bunch of people in the room. Hi, Aquanuts. Hi, Drunetic. Hi, Calvin. Welcome to the show, Tenacious Freak. Yes, hello. Welcome. All right. Well, if you're new to the show or if you're a long-time member, you know what goes on here. Barrow is in the show. Welcome. Let me tell you, if you're new here, what we do. We go ahead and review two delicious beers. I'm going to go ahead and score those beers. While we're talking and reviewing those beers, I'm going to bring up a video from last week on my channel, and I'm going to review and preview the video that is coming out this week on the channel. Then we're going to have, hey, Atunami Sukin, you have an awesome name, and I don't know if I pronounced that right, but welcome to the show. And then all throughout the show, we got great segments like What Would You Rather? We have This Day in History. We have everybody's now favorite To Eat It or Not, where we bring in my great friend Nate Massix. Calvin, welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. So if you're new to the show, get ready. It's a lot of fun. Please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Is it on YouTube or where you're watching from in the world? We'd love to hear from you. So let's go ahead and get started with today's show. Now today, I'm really excited about these beers because they kind of go off into the realm of weird, unusual, maybe sometimes referred to as a hipster. I've never tried this specific beer, but I love this specific food, and this is a food beer kind of. And let me show you what today's beer is. Today's beer is brought to us from Eagle Brewery, and I believe that is in England. Okay, it is a English company. That's right, it's product of UK. So looking forward to that. They always have some good stuff. But today, guys, the first beer we're going to be going ahead and reviewing is from Eagle Brewery, and it is called Banana Bread Ale. Look at that. That looks delicious. Okay, let me get that into focus for you. Okay, that's it. Come on. Get in there. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Welcome to the Banana Bread beer. This one is going to be a lot of fun. Really excited about drinking this one because I absolutely love banana bread. Let me know. Jens, welcome. Always good to have you here. And 025 Aquanuts is still here. Thank you so much, guys. I love it. I got to tell you, I absolutely love seeing you guys each and every week. So thank you so much. This is what we are drinking. It is from Eagle Brewing. It is the Banana Bread beer. And like I said before, I absolutely love banana bread. And, well, it is alcohol percentage of 5.2%, so it doesn't register on the strong side, but it should be delicious in flavor. That's what I'm looking for. On the back, it gives a little bit of style. It is flavored malt beverage. It is a lager blend, okay? EBUs are 22.5. The hops are Challenger and Australian Goldlings. Now, I'm not really sure what that means. We need a beer professional, but I'm working on it. So here on the show, if you're new, what we do is we go ahead and review in the most basic blue collar, just kind of, friend at the party beer. I don't get too much into the whole what it's made of and what particular hops are grown. But this one is pretty cool because it actually tells you, and if you're into that and you're interested, it's going ahead and tells you a little bit information on the back. But Greg Z, what's up, everybody? Good to see you here. Good to have you. Now let's go ahead and crack it open. We have the Lucky Weekly Beer and Video Review Show. Wow, Nate, I see you, and that looks phenomenal. Holy cow. Wait till you guys see To Eat It or Not. Holy cow, I just got an amazing glimpse at it. Let's go ahead and pop the top, and I'll give you a whiff. Okay. Oh. Ooh, man, that smells amazing. All right. Okay. That is a delicious smell. You know what it smells like? I don't know if you guys remember this. being a child from the 80s, there used to be these packets of scratch and sniff stickers. They were like these little circles, and they came in all different fruity flavors, and you would scratch them, and then you would smell them. And yeah, that's exactly what that smells like. And then if you really remember, this is going back like early 80s, when King Kong, the movie, came out on 3D, and it was broadcasted over the American network. Okay, they sent you in the newspaper they sent you in the newspaper a pair of 3D glasses and a scratch and sniff like banana thing. And that's the smell that I get off of this banana bread ale. But let's go ahead and pour it. I imagine it's probably going to be a bit red and dark. Let's go ahead and see what's there it is. Look at that. Beautiful, delicious color. Okay, you can smell it from here. I'm about 2 feet away from this beautiful glass. And look at that pint of beer. Wow. Oh, man. Can it trump last week's Eat It or Not? We'll have to wait and see. It looks pretty dang good. Wow. Look at this delicious beer. As you can see, it is a deep amber color, a bit of a light copper look. And as I smell it, it is really, really strong of banana. Delicious looking beer. Let's go ahead. Hey, I can actually see you guys through it. Hey, okay, so you can see that although it does have that deep amber color and that light copper, you can still see through it. It's not so dark like a stout. But let's go ahead and give it a good chug, a good initial sip, and I'll let you know what it tastes like. Oh man. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. This banana bread is delicious. Holy cow. Call it what you want, hipster or not. At Tsunami, is right. That's right. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely delicious. It's a very strange and peculiar taste to be drinking bananas, but I love bananas. I eat them often, and I love banana shakes. But this one's got a really nice flavor of banana mixed in there with an ale that really kicks in as you're swigging it down, as you're taking it down. Awesome taste. Really enjoy drinking this banana bread. Wow, that was good. First sip, success. Really enjoyed it. I drank bananas for breakfast. All right, well, Nate, don't worry. We're going to get you in here quick, but let's continue on, and I want to go ahead. This is the beer and video review show, so I want to talk real quick about the video that came out last week on my channel. If you had a chance to check it out, it was a Reading Man Dan episode, and we brought this little fella, this sucker, back on the screen, okay? This is Valentino the Love Bunny. Hello, Tenacious Freak. Hello, Greg Z. Nice to meet you, Barrow. Okay, so this is Valentino the Love Bunny. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check that episode out. Jens, I know you did. It was a great, great episode. And because the reason I really enjoyed this one is obviously you have Valentino, the Love Bunny, to go along with the book. But I know the author. She's the one that presented me the books. She's the one that asked me to read them. So I was really happy and I was really excited to go ahead and provide value for her book and make a cool video. And there's 3 parts to her series. So there's 2 more Valentino books. It's a lot of fun. The lessons taught in it, the morals of the story are really good. She's got a really well-designed book. The art is really good, and the illustrator made a nice job on it. And the one thing I really like is the glossary at the end, where it teaches you a lot of nice big words. And whatever age you are, these words are never going to go out of style. It's a lot about manners and behaviors and things like that. So reading the book for me was fun to go ahead and teach this to children. And well, yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's out on the channel right now. It is called Valentino the Love Bunny and How He Came to Be. That was last week's Reading Man Dan, and I hope you get a chance to try it. In my next life, I want to be known as Valentino the Love Bunny. Frank, well, that's pretty cool, Frank. But you know what? Frank, we can call you that now if you'd like. All right? We don't have to wait till next time. Yes. Welcome to the show, Frank. This is what we're drinking. It is from Eagle Brewing. It is the banana bread beer, and it is fantastic. I can't believe it. I can't believe that something, sometimes when you get these fruity beers, as we drink a lot of the hazy beers, as we drink a lot of the juicy beers, they don't really bring a lot of flavor other than the citric flavor. But with the banana bread, it brings a whole new element. Hey, welcome. Cousin Mike is here. Welcome. And Cousin Zach. Welcome to the show, guys. We have two of my family members. My cousins are in the house. This is the banana bread beer that we're drinking. It is really good. I think you'll like it both. One thing I like about it is when you're drinking it, it's refreshing from the ale, and it's also got a bit of a mealy taste, a little bit of a bite to it. And you gotta love bananas, right? I mean, how can you not like bananas? All right, say what's up to my cousins, guys. They're both here. Zachary and Jamie and Noel and Emmy too. Yes, welcome. All right, 5 of my family members. Let me straighten up here and get ready. Okay. No, but that's good. I love it. I love the support from my family, as I do from you guys around the world. So that was the beer that we're drinking. That was the video. Let's carry on with the news, and then I want to introduce Mike, Zach, cousins. You got to stay and get ready for Nate and what he's about to show us on To Eat It or Not. Yes, welcome. So, guys, the COVID-19. Now, it's been, 2 weeks now since I've had my shots, and I feel great. Nothing happened. I'm vaccinated. I feel good. Looking forward to seeing what happens. Like I said, it's your choice, however you want to go about it. I'm definitely a pro-vaxxer. It's okay for me. My reasons are because I want to travel, and I don't see the danger in it. But for whatever reason that you have, I respect that. You do as you want. And I just want to let you know I'm 2 weeks into it. I feel completely fine. Hey, Ginta, welcome, you jet setter. I'm not sure if you're in Chile, Latvia, or London. Okay. Pro Baxter. Yeah. Yeah. Mike, okay. So very cool. That's what's up with me. Jamie's all good. I have a shot 2 Tuesday. Yes. Okay. So see, my cousins have gotten shots. Like I said, we don't get too political, and that is your own opinion around the world. You do what you want to do, but I'm letting you guys know, for me personally, I'm in the vax, and I feel fine. Moving on. So if you get a chance, get your Fauci ouchie. But before you get your Fauci ouchie, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know. Nate, I'm looking at you on the screen. Nobody can see you. Wait till you see what Nate's Eat It or Not is. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so back in London now. Very cool. Second Madeira shot, April 16th. Good job, Calvin. Okay, freezing cold, but at least it hasn't been raining. That's right. Okay, we're rolling through. Yeah, the Fauci ouchie. Another thing, unfortunately, a longtime viewer of ours, I don't know where he's been. He's probably sleeping right now. I could probably call him, I guess. But he hasn't been showing up the last couple of weeks. But we're in this weird thing where next week's show will be past his birthday. And so this week's show, I just want to say on April 16th is my father's birthday. You guys all know my dad from the show. He's been, absent the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if he's here this week, but if you're here, Dad, I want to wish you in advance a happy birthday. I know it's coming up. We're excited about it. I'll be sure to go ahead and send you something, call you, all that good stuff. But I wanted to let the people around the world know that it's going to be my dad's birthday because you connect so well with them. And, they just enjoy you having here. I can smell something fishy coming from Nate's corner. That's awesome, Quinta. All right, we'll have to wait and see. But if you're just hopping on, this is what we are drinking. It is from Eagle Brewery in the UK. It is the banana bread. Quinta, I'm not sure if you've seen this anywhere, if this is popular in London, but this is what we are drinking. It is 5.2%, so it doesn't register as a super strong beer. But I'm going to tell you, it's absolutely fantastic. It's delicious, and we're going in for a second sip. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday. Yeah, we miss him too. All right. We miss Dad. Well, yeah, that's surprisingly great. It is, Mike. It really is. You wouldn't think that banana bread would be a nice beer, but because sometimes when you drink like a sweet ale or an ale in general, mixed with cakes and breads and sweets and cupcakes, it just never goes that well. Well, how about we smash them together and we make an ale with that? And the banana bread from Eagle Brewing is fantastic. The complexity is rich in flavor. You can taste the bananas on it. Then it's got that real revolving taste of the ale that's so delicious and so distinct with English and British ales. Really got to say, this is a delicious beer. I'm not sure if we can go ahead and drink 12 of them because sometimes, well, the sweetness will get to you. You know, if you're going to go in and you're going to go in for a volleyball game and you're really going to put a couple back, you need to go with something like just a regular straight standard Pilsner. But this one is delicious. I'm not sure. I think it is probably a hipster beer, but it doesn't matter. It's delicious, and I'm enjoying reviewing it. Where's the beer from? It is from the UK, Frank. If you want, I'll talk more about it in accessibility. Nate was able to pick some of it up in Las Vegas. I picked it up here. You could probably find it. Happy birthday, Dad, from Nate. You could probably find it at your local, kind of microbrew shop if you have one wherever you're at. I don't drink beer, so I drink fruity ciders. Okay, Ginta, you called for it. We'll drink a fruity cider one day for you. I love the banana. Yes, like those banana candles. Okay, I don't even like. Oh, you've had it, Mike. Okay, so cousin Mike is calling in, and he says, I don't even like banana bread, but the banana bread beer is great. That's awesome. Happy birthday, another for Dad. They blend fresh banana and beer. It was really nice. Ooh, that does sound nice. Maybe that's where they got it from. Very excited to see Nate Barrow. All right, from India, my friend. Don't worry, he's coming up. I just want to get through a couple of things, and then I'll bring him in. Okay, unfortunately, rest in peace, a couple of people. Obviously, we all know about Prince Philip passing away at 99. He led an honorable life, and if you are British and you are watching this show, rest in peace. And for what he did for you and your countrymen, he lived 99 years. What a great life, and he was an honorable guy. He lived through some tough times. Cousin Mike is the bomb. Yes, he is. Mike is awesome, and some love here. Well, one day you might be able to meet each other. And how about rest in peace, the rapper DMX. So both contributed to society very well. One had some issues with drugs, and we're not going to get into it, but my condolences and prayers to his family, his friends, and both of those people. And the reason I bring this up is because they were two prominent people in society, and I hope that if you never knew about it, maybe you can research, find a little bit more about them, and then maybe you'll understand it a little bit more. But I know for me personally, I grew up in an era of 90s rap, and DMX was so profound. And then, of course, Prince Philip being the king of, England for so long is just, how do you not recognize somebody like that? Anyway, moving right along, rest in peace, my prayers and condolences. DMX going to give it a try. Gonna give it to you. Okay, Rough Riders anthem. Okay, rough. So young. Yeah, that's the sad part about it. I mean, obviously Prince Philip lived till he was 99, but DMX, if you look past his history as a gangster rapper, whatever, he was actually a very intelligent person, and it's sad to see anybody leave so early when they contributed so much. Anyway, happy birthday, Mark, and here are some Danish cakes. We miss you. Junatek, way to get him off the couch. My dad loves the Danish cakes. Okay, moving on. Guys, I want to tell you guys about two podcasts. Okay, two podcasts that you got to check out. Okay, these ones are awesome. I'm not sure if my cousins are still watching. I know my cousin Jamie is into this stuff, but if you are, you need to check it out. It is Unsolved Mysteries. They have a podcast. It's free. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, radio.com. You can find it anywhere. You got to check out the Unsolved Mysteries. They got the creepy background music. They got another guy whose voice is great. But the one episode that I definitely want everyone to check out if you get a chance is about Granger Taylor. It's about this guy. It's really crazy. And he was like this mechanical genius in Vancouver, in this small town or whatever. And he kept having these dreams, right? It's called Unsolved Mysteries Podcast. And he kept having these dreams, right? I'm not going to get into it too much, but one day he woke up and he had like a kid working for him because he was this mechanical genius. He would take like boat motors and put it into a car, and he would take all these weird, interesting mechanical inventions, and he was way ahead of his smartness. And, and then he woke up and he told the kid that was working with him, he said, I'm going to be leaving. They want me. I had a dream that some aliens were going to come and get me. I can't tell you when, and I can't tell you where. Well, the kid thought he was a little crazy, right? So it'll get more into it. You got to check it out. But he disappears, right? He leaves a note and like all this stuff, and I don't want to get into it. He disappears, and he's never found. You got to get into it. I can't tell you all about it without you guys listening to it. It's just so fascinating. It's so interesting. I definitely checked that one out. And then, just like the book, we all are a little crazy. Brendan's in the house. Welcome, Brendan. Guys, I don't understand it. I see 15 people in the room right now and only one like. Be sure to go ahead and smash that like button, okay? Let people know that you're enjoying. Do you think we'll see LeVar Burton as the new host? That's a good question. I'm ready to step in as the new reading man Dan for Reading Rainbow. But, LeVar Burton for Jeopardy, I think that would be cool. People like him, I definitely think that would be a good choice. But we'll see what happens. But the second one is, now you've heard from me refer to it on this. I have a huge book called Atlas Obscura. And if you want to check out a cool podcast, it's called Atlas Obscura. And it goes through these like 15-minute segments of all these crazy, interesting places, much like my book. And this talks about like, one of them was these crazy root bridges in northern India. Baro, I'm not sure if you're familiar with these. Hey, everyone. But the root bridges are fantastic. They're cool. Another one is, and thank you, Brendan. Smash that like button. Another one is the host talks about this old place called Gold Medal Flour in the granaries that him and he went to as a teenager, and he would spray paint and do all this cool stuff, and it was like this huge thing. But it took me back to the time, and Michael and Zachary, I'm not sure if Zachary remembers it, but I know Mike will because he used to go to Grandma's house on Hazeltime. But do you remember the grain mills on Military Road? And it's kind of like that. Like it had this mystique about it, this old grain mill factory that was abandoned, and you never wanted to go in there. But when you went in there, and I went in there with Cousin Chucky a few times, and it was like, whoa, dude, this is like, it was just like some post-apocalyptic stuff. They talk about all kinds of stuff. So I definitely wanted to recommend those two, Unsolved Mysteries and Atlas Obscura, if you get a chance. Of course, is Nate the Bunny. Yes, he is. Nate's brother is here. Brendan Messick. When you see him, he is Test Bunny Nate. But he is no longer Test Bunny Nate, guys. Nate is in his fourth show. Nate has been here for 4 weeks in a row for Eat It or Not. He has brought us the fun haggis. He ate those disgusting crickets out of a bag. And then he topped all things. And, it was that disgusting 1,000-year-old egg from China that was buried, and he almost vomited it. But yeah, so this is his fourth show. So he is no longer the Test Bunny. He is an integral part of the show. And I want to go ahead and point out that he's not just going to be doing challenges. He's not going to be doing just disgusting things. He's going to be doing all kinds of food that might interest you. And that's why it's called To Eat It or Not. A lot of the things you may not decide you want to eat, but some of the stuff you definitely want to eat. Like, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and skip the rest of it. Let's go ahead. Let's get ready for Nate now. Are you guys ready for Eat It or Not? Are you excited to see what Nate has? Aquanet says the rotten egg. Burger says, okay, Test Bunny is legit. This is what we're drinking. It is the banana bread beer. Okay. Wow. It's got such amazing flavor to it. Really, really like it. It's almost like an aperitif. Okay. Can't wait to see the menu, says Frank. Okay, guys. Well, without further ado, you've seen him eat all that crazy stuff. It's one of our favorite segments, if not becoming our favorite segment. Guys, it's time to bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, let's reveal the food. Everybody's getting, yes, a black banana. I like black bananas when they're all mushy. Okay, yes, from Northeast India. Welcome, Baro. Okay, brave Nate, here he is. Eat it or not, let's bring him in. Nate, how are ya? All right.
What's going on, guys? Travelman Dan, thank you for having me, man.
Oh, no problem. Test Bunny. They're calling you the Test Bunny. What's up with
I like
that,
it.
dog?
True.
I
like it.
Like it. That is. Drunetic came up with that moniker. She's calling you the Test Bunny. She has actually sent you some stuff for you to test out. But we're waiting for the show. But welcome to the show, Nate. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Whoop,
It's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas and super excited to be with the community. Travel Man Dan, happy Sunday, man. How's that beer?
The beer is great, man. I mean, this. Have you tried this? I saw you pop it up there. Let me tell us a little bit about it real quick.
I'll tell you what, I like it. So I'm drinking out of the can, which is a little bit than what Danny's, a little different than what Danny's doing, but I like this. Again, it does taste like banana bread. It's a little bit sweet, but not overpowering. It's not too strong. I like it. Love the can. We'll get into the scoring later, but great choice, Danny. I appreciate it. It's a good call.
Yeah. I mean, it's got really nice. Sometimes you just never know with like fruity beers. Obviously, we've tried a lot of fruity beers, and they are that juicy kind of citric, whether it's grapefruit, lemon, oranges. But this one brings in a whole other element with fruits. It brings in the banana, and I got to say, I'm actually really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think this can be a day drinker because it's not. If this was 7.5%, it really pops you after number two. You have to call it a day, but this one I think you can probably get through the day with 5, 6, 7, 8 of these if you really wanted to. It's not that heavy considering what it is.
Wow, you think you could do 8 of these?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, I guess you could probably do 8 of them if we got them down faster than usual. If you guys have ever seen
the bomb.
You guys remember this episode? It's coming up. The beer bong is coming up. If you remember, me and Nate's, we did the white chocolate. But anyway, we're not here. 8 is a lucky number. We're here to talk about you, Nate's, and eat it or not. What do you got? Last week, you had that disgusting 1,000-year-old egg. Wow. What do we – wait. There's an update, guys. We got my dad in the house. Welcome, Dad.
Happy birthday.
He's back. Yes, Mr. Mark. We wished you an early happy birthday, Mark, or Dad. Welcome to the show. Now, Dad might even have had these, okay? It is a professional beer bong. But, Nate, tell us what we're doing on Eat It or Not.
All right. So last week, well, for the first 3 weeks, we did things that are a little bit weird, a little bit funky, kind of trying to grab your attention a little bit. And yes, I have to be the guinea pig, or as Drew Naddick says, the test bunny. I really like that name. Thank you. But we're doing something a little bit different. It's actually a recipe that is very near and dear to my heart. It's my wife who created these, and we call them Cindy's Coke Wings. So obviously chicken wings.
Coke? Like
Coke. No, not that kind of Coke.
Oh, okay.
Coca-Cola. Cindy's Cola Wings.
Right.
Thanks, Danny, for that. So anyway, near and dear to my heart because she started making these for me, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago when I was still in China. Chicken wings are eaten all around the world, but of course the way that we Americans eat them are a little bit different. And the way that they eat them in China is very different. So instead of me doing a little bit of a challenge type eating for you guys, I'm going to give you a recipe that my family eats on the regular, and we're bringing to you from China. So these right here, I'm going to show them to you. Then I'm going to give you the ingredients, give you some nutritional information, and then I'm going to eat them. I'm going to give you the verdict on eat it or not. So these right here, look at these buttes. These are Cindy Cola Wings, okay? Can you guys see that? So we got a little bit of garnish here, all right?
Cindy.
Look at the color on those things. Super dark, super sticky. They're fall off the bone tender. We got a little bit of rice here, some chili. Thai chilies are diced on top there. But I'm super excited to eat these. That right there is episode 4, segment for Eat It or Not, Cindy's Coke Wings. So.
Wow. Wait, hold on a minute. Cindy made those?
She did. She made them this morning. Took her about 45 minutes.
Wow, Cindy. Holy cow. Cindy's coming correct, man. Welcome, Vincent. Cindy has made you that. The 1,000-year-old egg was plated really good. Yeah, those, look at Atunami. Yes, they look delicious. Okay, looks super tasty. Cindy, I don't know if you're watching, but great job. There she is. Cindy. Welcome, Cindy. Welcome. Okay, Nate, take over, man. Tell us about it.
All right, so how do you make these Coke Wings? It's pretty simple, all right? You're going to want to get about 1.5 pounds of chicken wings. You're going to get the drumettes and the flats, Okay. For about a pound, pound and a half, it's going to yield about 10 to 12 wings. The second ingredient, of course, is Coca-Cola. Now, the way we make it is Coke Zero. Yeah, I know. We watch our calories and our carbohydrates. But Coke Zero is the choice for us for the cola. Ginger you can use to taste. Green onion is a big part of it. Thai chilies, dark and light soy sauce, and then, of course, cilantro. All right? And then the way you're going to make those is you're basically going to brown off all of the ingredients I just talked about. You're going to dump some cola over top. You're going to dump that soy sauce to darken the light. You're going to cover it with a lid, and you're going to let them simmer on a low boil for like 30, 35 minutes. And they come out, fall off the bone tender, and they're absolutely perfect. Now, the nutritional information, I always give you guys some nutrition. Danny, go ahead.
What does brown off mean?
Brown off, like just get a little bit of color on the wing. So the wing's going to come out right before it's cooked. It's a little bit pink, a little bit white. You want to get that in there with the oil. You want to give it a little bit of color. That's the caramelization. It's going to give you a little bit of extra flavor. And then that's how you get that.
Those look slamming. Dude, I got to say, I'm going to be in Vegas at the end of the month. Maybe I should have Cindy be cooking because Nate is awesome, but Cindy has really come through and hey, great. Welcome, Marie. Welcome. Cindy is maybe you will take over, Cindy. But I gotta say, Nate, what's the one thing that I'm gonna make you make as soon as I get there?
An orange birthday cake.
No. The other one, the one that I absolutely love.
Smash burgers.
Yeah. All right, we'll go. Let's see. Let's talk more. Talk us through these delicious Coca-Cola wings.
All right, so because we're not using regular Coca-Cola, the nutritional facts on this are going to be a little bit better than what they would be if you were using Coke. So for this, you're going to get about 210 calories per serving. Per serving is going to be about 3 wings, is my guess. 14 grams of fat and 20 grams of protein. Of course, there's rice on here. You don't have to do the rice. I like to do it because these are sticky, they are gooey, and they just go really well with the rice. So I would like to try one of these if you guys want to watch. All right. I prefer the drumettes, and I prefer eating it with chopsticks.
Oh, man. Oh, look at that, baby. Look at that. Bring that to TMD. Oh yeah.
Almost dropped it.
No, he's all over the place.
They're slippery, dude.
He's got silly fingers. Look at that.
There we go. All right. See? Falls right off the bone. Tender. Perfect. A little bit fatty. You can really taste the soy sauce. It gives it a really beautiful, salty flavor. And with the dark soy sauce, that's what gives it that color. All right. You want that color right there. So for you to get that color, you want to put a little bit extra dark soy sauce, but it tastes phenomenal. You can taste the Coke. It's not overpowering. It's not at all sweet.
Jeez.
And here a little Thai chili for you. All right. I'll just eat that thing.
Man, I got to tell you, from a bystander on the other side of the state, just looking at the detail that Cindy put on that. Obviously, we're going to dive more into the flavor, but the garnish, the little green onions and the little chilies and the lemons on the side, really just, I don't know if you went to school for plating or whatever, but I mean, it looks like a gorgeous dish there, Cindy.
Yeah, she does a really good job. Obviously, cilantro we put on there. The Thai chili are going to give it a little bit of kick and a little bit of pop. It's going to give it a little bit of character. The cilantro, of course, is another strong flavor. Not everybody's into cilantro or coriander, however you call it. We like to use that for a little bit of freshness, a little bit of color. But yeah, she's done a phenomenal job. You know, the plate just comes to life. It pops on the camera here. It's absolutely beautiful. You have these lemons, which I don't even know why we put them on there, but they look great. Yeah, Cindy, you did an awesome job.
A really awesome job. Now, Nate, I want to ask you a few things, because if I didn't know the name of this, and if I've eaten these before, but I've never eaten Cindy's one. If I didn't know the name of them and just looking at it, it would look like some type of barbecue wing. Can you walk me through like what the sauce is? It's not barbecue. Can you taste the Coca-Cola? It is Coke Zero, but can you taste it? Because to me, it looks like just barbecue wings, which still look fantastic, but it's not.
Well, of course, right? So a typical American wing, if it was going to be a barbecue chicken wing, you would deep fry it, right? So you would deep fry, you get that really hard crust to the wing. The fat's going to just singe a little bit. So when you bite it, you're going to break through it and it's going to be crispy. And then, of course, they'll coat it with a barbecue sauce. And about 90% of American barbecue sauces are started with ketchup. So it's going to be really sticky. It's going to be really, really sweet. This is different. It doesn't come with that sweetness. Number one, it's slow boiled, almost simmered for like 30, 45 minutes. So instead of having that crispy texture that you have to bite through, it's very, very soft. There's a delicateness to this, even with the super salty brininess of the dark and light soy sauces and the cola. So it is an absolutely different feel. It's a different texture. It's a different flavor. And it's definitely Asian centric. And it's a wonderful dish. It's a different way to eat wings.
Yeah, wow. I mean, okay, so we had a, I think Ginta is saying, how about we all go to Nate and Cindy's for dinner? Atanami's saying he wants a drool bucket underneath his chin. Okay. I mean, that looks amazing. We have Rick Fontana. Okay.
Rick.
Welcome, Rick. Nate, take us through another one. Go ahead and suck down one of those flats. Tell us a little bit more.
Suck down one. All right, so I'll try the flats. That typically I eat these. Well, I would be doing this if I was by myself at home. I'm a little bit of a pig, but so I'll try this for you guys. Anyway, we got some cilantro on there. You can see the sesame, right? Look at that thing.
Wow. See the detail that Cindy put on there. Who would think to, doctor it up with that extra little bit of sesame seed? Really. And this is Chef. Whoa, nice pull, buddy. That's right. Maybe you are. Whoa, this guy might be from Buffalo. Wow. Delicious.
That's it. You can pull the bone right out. It's perfect. It's a perfect chicken wing.
That looks amazing.
Murphy and Kayla, I will make these. We'll have Aunt Cindy make these for you, okay?
Oh, okay. Ginta says people in the UK do Coca-Cola chicken and also Fanta. Gotta have that Fanta. Gotta have that Fanta. Gonna get that Fanta. All right. Okay. Very nice. Very nice, Nate. Okay. So cheers to Nate. Guys, this is what we're drinking. We're drinking the banana bread beer, and it is absolutely delicious. We're going to go ahead and suck this down, continue the show, and then I'm glad we got Rick Fontana on the show because next up is the show and tell segment. Nate, you just keep licking those lips, dude. You're going to hang out with us for a little bit. I really like it. We didn't have a guest on this week, but be sure to be ready for next week because I got a really fun guest coming up next week. Something to say, Nate?
Yeah, I got to give the verdict.
Oh, okay. Yes, you do.
Hold on, Travel Man Dan. Slow your roll, buddy.
Oh boy.
You guys all see that? He's trying to kick me off.
No. No, absolutely not. You're going to hang with us. But go ahead. Give us the verdict.
For the verdict here, I believe haggis, we didn't eat it. Crickets, we didn't eat it. 1,000-year egg, we did a not. And for this, of course, we're going to give an eat it. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you to my beautiful wife for making these wings. Absolutely try it. If you guys have any questions, Danny, I gave you the recipe, or maybe I didn't. We can put it in the comments section. We can put it below so you guys can try it at home. Absolutely eat it. Give it a shot. Cindy's Coke Wings.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's I really, I probably won't cook it. I'll probably just ask Cindy to cook it for me. But if you guys are interested, after this video, down in the description, there will be the recipe to go ahead and make it. And if you guys need any further assistance, let me know and we'll direct you. But Cindy is awesome. Hopefully one day we can get Cindy on the show. And, maybe we could have her on an Eat It or Not eating alongside Nate. I'm coming to Vegas, says Rick Fontana. Nice. All right. Hopefully eat it and you are not in trouble. No, I don't. I think he's good. So, guys, we didn't have a guest this week. As we continue to roll out this new format, I just want to bring up two things. One, we're going to have a guest each and every week when we can. So me and Nate will hold it down and we'll continue to do it. And Nate has something to do. We'll go back to the old school where I'm doing it myself. I do want to let you know on April, okay? And April, okay, so that will be April 30th. Normally scheduled show will be on usually May 1st, but we're going to be going ahead and doing a Friday night show, okay? And the reason we're going to be doing a Friday night show is, one, I'm going to be in Vegas for the weekend, and two, we're going to go ahead and test run the best analytical time for our show. We're finding out in the analytical data that the best time to go ahead and do a live show, something like this, where you're drinking beer here in the United States, is going to be around 8 o'clock on Friday night, or maybe, 7 o'clock Friday night Pacific Standard Time. So that means it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, so people may be up still watching it, or on the West Coast, maybe possibly an even earlier night. Oh, Friday night. Greg Z, is that like Friday night? Cool with Friday night. Drunetic likes it. Okay. Now, I understand that some of you guys, most of our viewers are coming in from Europe, so that would drop you into somewhere around Saturday morning. But he's sleeping by 10. Don't worry. If we do it at 7, you can fall asleep to my sweet lawnmower voice, Rick Fontana. No problem. So I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. We're going to test it. It's not etched in stone yet. 10 p.m. is good beer drinking time. See, Frank agrees. Rather than drag this thing out and have people really, I don't want to say ruin their day, because I feel like I bring so much joy to myself and to others on a Sunday, and Nate can attest to that. But we just feel like analytically Friday night might be better. So you guys like the wings? Number one, drop a comment down below. Number two, we're going to do a test run on April 30th, Friday night we might do 6, we might do 7. I have to wait and see. So stay tuned for that. Frank's all over it. Wings were most excellent, but we did not get a guest. Next week's guest will be fun. So I'm going to do the show and tell. And the show and tell I'm going to do is this one. Anytime's a good time. That's what I like to hear, Brendan. All right. So a couple weeks ago, I did a quiz show for my college where I was the host. I haven't talked to my baseball coach in many years. It was fun to reconnect with him and other people from the student body that had graduated, I don't know, over the last 25 years. It was fun. They sent me some swag, so I'm going to go ahead and show you some swag for today's show and tell. We got the North Carolina Wesleyan tumbler. Yeah, check this guy out. This one's fun.
Bishops.
Yeah, the Battling Bishops is always fun to fill up when you're going out right before a run to have a little bit of a drink. We also got a little sticker for the truck. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I'll probably use it for more of my computer. We'll probably do that. We have this, which will be going up in the new studio bar in July. Check this out. College, the good old days. They sent me a license plate of the Battling Bishops, North Carolina Wesleyan. That is where Nate and I met. We went to college there. Also, we met Rick Fontana. I miss college too. Jens, so much, man. Oh, man. Rick was there. But this is the coolest thing that they sent me. And this is a commemorative little token. Check this thing out. Okay, so I'm going to get real close. Let me get it upside
That's
down.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, North Carolina Wesleyan. It's only when – let me see if I can zoom that sucker in. Get into focus there. Nate, take over. Talk to me, dog. All right, we're going to move over here real quick.
Good job, buddy. Dropping that medallion.
Yep. Okay, so there it is. Check it out, North Carolina Wesleyan. All right, and on the flip side is the fountain in our school. Now,
there it is, dude.
Yeah, man. Check it out, man. That's where we got to school. Now, the funny
I think
thing
I threw an orange through a couple of those windows.
That's fun. Hey, that's fun. Nice job hosting. Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Frank. It was a lot of fun to reconnect. Can you use that in Vegas? No, you can't. Is that a challenge coin? Well, we might be able to work that in. Drop it like Nate and the chipsticks. All right. So that's today's show and tell. Now it's time to go ahead and drink this down and give it a score. And then we're going to do the what would you rather. So whack it back, Nate, and let's run through the score. Oh, that's tasty. That is tasty. Rick Fontana says, I used to swim for the fountain. Yes, you did. I remember you when you used to do that. Yeah, so it's not the most extravagant, but the thing about the school is me and Nate went to college. That's where we met. So I thought it would be cool to have that significant connection. And I absolutely love the college I went to. Shit, my high school had more people. There was only like 1,500 people.
Yeah.
I played baseball there. It was a wonderful time. It was in the South, which was a little bit different from me growing up in Buffalo. And it's fun. I mean, still paying for the student loan, but that doesn't matter. That's nor there or here. But still a lot of fun. Good to have. Now, let's go into this banana bread beer. When I first got this one, I really didn't know what to do. I actually, he's got the Expo line marker. I actually picked it up and put it down. I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about banana bread. I thought it would have more of a bready taste, which is weird. It's unusual because, well, yeast is bread, and I believe a very significant component of making beer. Ginta says, I will try to find this beer in my corner shop. I don't like the beer aftertaste, but if you say that it doesn't, this is the one that you want because it doesn't have a big, strong beer aftertaste. And normally, I like that aftertaste of beer, especially when I burp. But this one has nice flavor, right, Nate? I mean, that's what it is. But this one has a beautiful taste, and I love the taste that the banana gives it. Overall, I think it's a delicious taste, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.0. Nate, what do you got for us, man?
I think it's a really nice tasting beer as well. Again, very easy to drink. I would like to qualify one thing, that it's actually not beer. That this is a malt liquor. Am I right, Danny?
Well, I think no. I think the way that it's categorized is it's a malt beverage in terms of like it is an ale, so it's not a spirit. It is still an ale. It's kind of like how Old E and how it's a malt liquor beer, right? So it is still an ale. So it still qualifies as a beer. But,
all right.
But what do you got?
I'll give it a 3.5. I really like it. It's a good flavor. And I think you can drink it with a lot of stuff. I think you can drink it during a nice summer day. It's perfect. 3.5.
3.5. Nice. Okay. Now, Nate got a can of 6 packs. Okay. I bought the 2020. Or I bought the pint, the deuce. No, this is the pint, not the deuce. Not a bad price at all. I bought this beer. I bought it at this fancy grocery store for $3.99. It's called Sprouts. It was a delicious beer. So the price for a pint at $4 wasn't too bad. I think it's on average. It's not going to break the bank. It's not going to be super cheap, but right on. Like Nate said, if you're going to have a few of these, if you just want to have them in the fridge for people to try, $4 for a pint, not too bad. It's on average. I think if you were to buy it in a bar, it would be probably around $7. But it's not. It doesn't jump out at me as being a cheap beer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5. Nate, what do you got for a score?
I think it was $8.99 for a 6-pack. So in my opinion, that's a pretty accessible beer in regards to price. You're really not going to break the bank on it. So I give it a 4.
A 4. Okay. Yeah. That's really cheap. See, that's true. That's really cheap. Is it a hot day beer, Brendan? That's like I said, it's the type of beer on a hot day that you want to maybe start off with. Maybe have 2 of them, 3 of them. I feel like after 3 of them, you don't want to feel like a rotten banana peel. So you know what I mean?
Maybe you do.
You could, maybe you do. I mean, but you could cross that line. I feel like this is also a dangerous beer if you're just on a first date. Because these fruity beers, these beers with a lot of flavor, after you're drinking them, your breath could smell like bad ale and bad banana ale. So, what's that guy drinking? Okay, yeah, not that wine really makes your breath smell good either. So, but it's like, imagine whoever comes up with an alcoholic beverage that makes your breath smell good. Okay, but not drinking mint.
Rumplemints. Oh, no mint.
Rumple Mints. I once drank a bottle of Rumple Mints right before Interview with the Vampire came out, and I drank in the parking lot, and I never made it into the movie.
Are you serious? I used to drink. I used to steal bottles of mouthwash with my best friend growing up, and we would go into the movie theater and drink them.
No, I remember someone had Rumple. It was right around the mid '90s when Rumple Mints and Goldschlager were real popular, and I forget who I was with. I think I was with my friend Jeff Made. We drank a bottle of Rumple Mints, and we never made it to the movie. All right, pandemic date drink score. Garlic beer. I've had garlic beer. All right, getting away from it. Design. Now, let's go. Thanks, Frank. I'm glad you enjoyed that story. Okay. Design. Let's take a look. I actually like this design. I think it's cool that you have the peel coming out and there's the beer. I think that's, you unpeel the banana and there it is. Boom. I like all these little dots, these little accents, part of the label. I like that it's clear and precise. I like that it says 5.2%. It tells you. And I like that it gives you these little beer statistics, almost like a baseball card. So for me, I think the design is good. I think it's definitely better than just a regular banana beer bread. They could have went easy, solid label. And I'm going to give it a score of a 4.0. Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a really likable can. I like the yellowness to it. It's got a little bit of a retro type feel somehow. I don't know how, but it does. But yeah, I'll go 4 as well. I like the can. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at this one. Aqua Nuts. Peppermint liqueur and Bailey's is called an After 8, and that sounds atrocious. That sounds disgusting. Aqua Nuts.
I love it. I think it sounds great.
No, I hate peppermint drinks. I don't like them at all. I don't like minty drinks. I feel like I'm drinking toothpaste. By the way, Barrow likes your haircut. Nate's hair is always on point. It goes back to those days when he saw Robert Redford in that one movie. I forget All the King's Men or whatever.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a classic movie. I actually read the script. It's a great script. Anyway, accessibility. I was able to find it at a hoity-toity grocery store. Not bad. I probably could find it at Bevmo, and I probably could find it at Total Wine. But being able to find it in Africa, Asia, you might be able to find it in England. I don't know. This is where most beers hurt, is on the accessibility. Here in the United States, I feel like it's a pretty accessible beer on the West Coast. On the East Coast, Midwest, and in the South, I'm not really sure. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 2.5. That's usually the score I give when it's hard to find. When it's impossible to find, I give it an even lower score. Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I did get it in Vegas, and it's from England, so I don't know. That's a pretty big gap to fill there. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. Maybe it's more accessible than we think, but it's the first time I've ever seen it. I never heard of it until Danny told me about it yesterday, so it's not marketed heavily. But I will give it a 3 for accessibility because I was able to get it considering it's an English beer.
Very nice. Very nice. Ginta, I'm with you. Eating mint ice cream is just blech. All right. Anyway, moving on to TMD factor. Like I said, I absolutely love banana bread. I love drinking this beer. I don't think there's anything more to get into it other than that it was just good. And when you drink it, it tastes like you're eating banana bread. It's also got a little bit of ale taste to it. Perfect brew. I'm feeling a little bit of the strength. It's only a 5.2, but it feels a little bit stronger. TMD factor's on point, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so for the eat it or not factor, I'm going to do a 3.5. I really do like it. I think it's affordable. The accessibility, I'm not quite sure outside of Vegas and California, but 3.5 for me. Cool can, good drink. Like I said, you can probably do about 5 or 6 of them. After I finish the first can, I don't know if I can do 8, but I like it. 3.5.
3.5. Okay, great. Very good. All right, so I will up my score. Nate, I don't know what you got. Here it is. My score for the Eagle Brewing Banana Bread Beer is a really good one. It ranks above what the threshold, the par is. The par is usually 16 on this show. But one thing that always brings it down is the accessibility. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score it at an 18.5. That's right, 18.5 for the banana bread from Eagle Brewing. It is delicious. Nate, what was your total score?
I can't show it up on the screen, but it's 17.5.
Okay.
It's a really good beer. I like it. So, yeah, it's a good score, solid score.
17.5, respectable. I enjoy it. Definitely going to go back to it. Hell, we might even drink it that weekend that I'm there. But, guys, I hope you like that first beer. Let's go ahead, put that one aside, and let's get into the What Would You Rather. Guys, this is my favorite segment. I love this. I love to hear people's opinion. Let me know down in the comments, or wait until the show's over and put it down in the comments. I'll always be in there. Excuse me. Nate went in for did you go in for a wing? You went in for a rice bite. What'd you get?
For a piece of ginger.
Okay. All right. We'll keep snacking away. Nate's going to hang with us until the end of the show, hopefully. I really enjoy it. Guys, let me know right now. Are you enjoying Eat It or Not? Are you enjoying Nate on the show? I certainly am. Love having you here, pal. Looking forward to it as we continue to grow. We're bringing in new audience. We're going to continue to expand. It's going to get better. And thank you so much. But now I want to do What Would You Rather? So you can let me know now or you can let me know later. But the What Would You Rather is this. Where would you rather go? I'm going to give you a ticket. Would you rather go to Belize or the Ivory Coast? Okay, both on the water. Okay, one is in Africa, one is in South America. For me, Belize has always been an interesting country for me. I think they have asylum for people. I think it's on the border of the Amazon jungle. Definitely a vibrant, fun South American country. But I love Africa. I cannot wait to go back there. Thanks, Junitek. I absolutely love. There's something about Africa that draws me. Bubba, welcome to the show, Bubba. Okay, Eat It or Not is a great addition. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a higgle. I don't know. That's a Danish word, but good. Belize and the Blue Hole. Okay, so for me personally, I want to go to them both. But if I could choose one, I'm going to the Ivory Coast. Nate, where are you going?
Belize is something that a place I've always wanted to go. So yeah, that would be my choice. Easy one for me.
Okay, all right. For me, it's he's kind of scary. Dad says you're kind of scary.
Agreed.
I went to Ghana. It was all right, but I think Belize. Okay, good. Glad to hear you. I really love this, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. Special shout out to Jens, who always goes ahead and lets me know after the show his full 5. What would you rather? Thank you so much, my friend. Belize. Okay, tough choice. I think I'd try the Ivory Coast, somewhere I've never thought I'd try. Brendan, you can come with me. We can do it together. It's just so vibrant. And the people are so generous in Africa, and the music and just it's just so different. So, all right. Question number 2. What would you rather? Okay, this is the food question. Sticking with Africa. Okay. Now this dish, I'm not really sure what it is and how to pronounce it, but I'll do my best. It is called full madels. Okay, it is from Egypt, and it is.
Can you say that again?
Full madels. And it is an Egyptian dish. It is their comfort food. It is like, take a look. There is a bunch of fava beans, okay, with a little bit of seasoning. No problem, Calvin. See you later, Belize. Okay, check that dish out. Really nice, okay. Fava beans, if you don't know, they're rich, they're hearty, they're full of protein. But it is a popular dish in Egypt, okay, Northern Africa. I'll write them down and post them. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. And the same with Barrow. Thank you. But this is one dish that I haven't tried. Looks like comfort food. The second, what would you rather, is this one from Ethiopia. And I'm not sure how this is going to play out since the pandemic, because here in Los Angeles, we do have a little Ethiopia. But check this out. This is Ethiopian food. It comes on this giant pancake. And you can see the pancake with all the air bubbles. And then each little thing, like right there, you have meat. You have all kinds of mashed vegetables. There you have corn, right? And so what you do is you peel off a little piece of that pancake, you scoop it in there, you grab a little bit of whatever, and you suck it down, and you go ahead and eat it. And yeah, it's quite a fun eating experience. I've eaten here that Ethiopian food in Los Angeles, but never in Ethiopia. It is pretty good. Can I borrow your magic globe? Try and go to Belize. Well, The Magic Globe is right over there. Maybe. So which one are you guys having? Are you trying the fava bean dish that looks oh so heavenly, or are you eating that exotic Ethiopian dish? It's a no-brainer for me. Whoops. It's a no-brainer for me. I'm going with the Ethiopian dish. This one is fantastic. I've had it. I'm not sure what they call it, but it is delicious. Nate, which one are you having?
I'm going to go with the Egyptian beans because I've had the Ethiopian food. I really, really love it. I've had it with goat, all sorts of different stuff, but I love that bread. I forget the name of it, but it's kind of like a very, very thin, spongy pancake. It's really cool. So I would go with the Egyptian fava beans.
Ooh, the fava beans. Remind me of the Long Cane Pollock. yeah, that does. I don't got any. Good thing though, I don't have any problems there. I don't. The fava beans though might toot you away. Toot, Cindy. All right, going on with question number 3. All right, now this one is some cop show stuff. Okay, which cop show do you like better? And if you've never seen them, that's okay. You still have a chance. Do you prefer HBO's The Wire, or do you prefer FX The Shield?
Ooh.
Hey, guys, sorry I was at church. No problem. I would eat both. Okay, so do you prefer Lisa? Welcome to the show, Lisa. Do you prefer The Wire, or do you prefer The Shield? For me, I like The Wire, especially season 2. I like when they work with when the whole show is about the Teamsters and the dock shoremen and that kind of thing. I think that's a cool thing that never really is brought up in a show or movie on a continuous basis. So I thought that was interesting to see. Now, The Wire takes place in Baltimore. It took place in the late 1990s, early 2000s when Baltimore was pretty rowdy there, okay? Called Injarta Nate. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, The Wire for Gens. Okay, hi, Lisa. Again, okay. I can't see anyone's comments. I'm not sure what's going on your end, Lee, but we're doing good over here. But The Shield took place around the same time, but here in Los Angeles. I like both of them, but I love Michael Chiklis, and for me, it definitely got to be The Shield. I love all the whole Shield and the counter. There was like 4 undercover people, and then there was a story about them, and then there was a story about what they would do. I think The Shield is one of the great shows in American television. Nate, what do you like?
If we're talking on quality of show overall, I think you got to go with The Wire. But if you're going to just take one episode where you want to be entertained, it's for sure The Shield. So I'm going to agree with you. In a vacuum, I would take The Shield slightly over The Wire just for enjoyment on one episode.
Oh, okay. The Shield really out FX for map for put them on the map, right? I mean,
good.
Cannot see Lisa or Junatic's comments. I'm not. Maybe it's because they're coming in from Facebook. I'll do my best. I'm not really sure why you're not seeing it. But we're going on to question number 4. Question number 4 is drinking time. Which cocktail do you prefer? Do you prefer a mojito? A mojito is a good minty drink, refreshing. Or do you prefer the Negroni, an Italian drink? I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer. I love the mojito, but me and Nate were talking earlier. Got to go with the Negroni. Nate, what do you got?
Oh, come on. You know it's my favorite drink of all time is the Negroni. I absolutely love it. All variations of it. I had it with champagne. I've had it with bourbon. I've had it with gin. I've had it with just Campari and vermouth. I'll have it before dinner, after dinner, for dessert, in the morning, 10 times, 1 time, doesn't matter. Negroni all the way.
Wow, so you can have it. But doesn't that, it's an Italian drink. It's a great drink. Doesn't that take away from the original? I like your classic Negroni. Your vermouth. Okay.
The gin, the vermouth, the Campari over rocks with an orange peel. The classic style is great, but there's so many different new variations because of the new kind of found popularity with it in America. But I like the classic as well, but you can do so much with it. It's a great drink.
Chris Duncan, welcome to the show, says he likes a mojito. Okay, why is it popular now? I would try the Italian drink. Quinta, it's good. Is the Negroni a popular drink now?
I think it is. I mean, when I first started drinking it, that was back in my New York City days in the mid noughts. So I don't know. I think it's kind of gained notoriety, and I want to say a big part of that was Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain was a big Negroni guy too.
I love the Negroni. There's something about the bitter, the sourness, the oranges. They'll mess you up after 4 or 5.
Sounds
Okay. Mojito's super big in our hometown now. Is it really? Okay. Well, I look forward to coming back and trying it. Moving on to question number 5. We're not going disgusting. We're not going indecisive. We're going torture. Okay. We're going torture. Yeah. So now, understandably, let's have respect for people that have been put in this position. Okay. So we do this with a grain of salt. Okay, guys. Yeah. So we're going to go with torture. And which one would you rather? Okay. Would you rather be, okay, this is for 2 straight hours. You don't think of it, but try to do it for 10 minutes. And I guarantee you're going to be gassed out. 2 straight hours. Would you rather be 4 and quartered? So your arms are like this. You're tied. Draw and quarter or 4 and quarter because you're not being drawn and ripped apart. You're being 4. So your arms are like this. Wow. Your legs are tied, and you're completely stretched. You're like this. Okay? You don't think about it, but you're standing up. You're stretched out. Your legs getting quartered. You're basically getting pulled apart at the legs and pulled apart at the arms. Hurts like hell. I can imagine. No, okay, it is pretty okay, but you're not going to be ripped apart, and it doesn't get increasingly more where you're going to get your limbs teared off, just being held in that position. Or would you rather be duct taped, completely duct taped into the fetal position with your head tucked down into your knees, arms wrapped up, you're completely rolled up into a ball, duct taped? Like you can't get out of it. So
is anyone behind me?
Nobody's behind you. You don't get hurt. you don't get cut. Braveheart. Okay, you're just stuck in this weird fetal position, and your lower back's gonna hurt. Your shoulders are gonna hurt. Your neck's gonna hurt. Your feet are gonna hurt. You've never had your knees bent for that long in that position. It's gonna hurt. No, it doesn't ruin your body. You walk out of it completely normal, but which for the enduring 2 hours, which pain would you prefer? And for me, this one seems like it would hurt like hell, just being stuck in there. I mean, both of them would be really hard. I can see everyone, what the fuck? I think we lost a couple of people along the way when we get to this one. Okay, Dan's behind you. No, I'm not. So for me, I'm going with the fetal position, duct taped, I guess, because being outstretched like that, you never know. I mean, you have to engage your whole core, your arms, your shoulders, your wrists, your legs. Feels like it would hurt like hell. Nate, which one would you prefer?
Yeah, the vulnerability of being stretched out like that is not for me at all. I don't like that. I'm too insecure for it. So put me into the fetal position and tie me up with duct tape. Yep, I agree.
Okay, in the field, Bubba says none of the above. Aquanaut stretched. All right. Imagine getting that duct tape off. Yeah, that would probably hurt like 2.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that session. I hope you enjoyed that part of What Would You Rather. Now it's time to bust out the second beer for the second part of the show. And this one's going to be a fun one. This one is another one of my favorite breweries. This one I've drank for a long time. This one is really good. It comes in a lot of different flavors. It is also coming from the bottle. Guys, this one's from San Francisco, California. Okay, and I introduced to you the Anchor Steam beer. Check it out. This one is awesome. Look at this guy. Since 1896, this will be one of the breweries that I'm going to actually go to and go ahead and make a video and make a Travel Man Dan video. Real deal. Pulling apart the video faces death. Yeah, I don't want to see that for real. You be hairless of the duct tape. That's fine too. But yeah, this is what we're drinking. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop this top. We're going to bring Nate back in there. Love this beer right away. Not really much of a fragrance coming out of it. Okay, Anchor Steam is probably, let me look at the alcohol percentage on this bad boy. I can't really find it. Nate, can you find it? The alcohol percentage? See, now I like this.
I don't see it. I figured, I don't know. We should have done our research, Danny.
Well, I like to do as is, but it doesn't matter. It's a delicious beer, and let's go ahead, and I'm going to give you guys a good look at the pour. Let's pour this guy in there. Once again, this has got a little bit of a redness to it. It's got a nice copper feel to it. It is an ale, so take a look at that. That is a delicious pour right there from Gothic. Okay, if you don't know Gothic, maybe you should find out more about it. But look at that delicious look. I can see you. Hey, everybody. Can you see me? All right. Really nice. All right. Nate, what are you drinking over there?
I'm doing the same as you, brother. Anchor Steam, okay. Doing the same thing. He told me yesterday. By the way, the ABV is 4.8%. Okay. So it's a little bit less than the one that we just drank, the banana bread beer. So 4.8 for this. Pretty excited about it. I haven't had one of these in a while.
All right. Well, good on you. Glad to see that you were able to drink both beers. That's what makes this show a lot of fun for me. As we don't have a regular guest, and we will next week and go on. But it's fun that Nate is here. It's fun that he's here to hang out, not only just eat it or not, but drink the same beers. And we get differences of opinions. We get, definitely another person's perspective is always a good time. And next week, we're going to have a really fun guest. So looking forward to that. Family is home. Have to hope. Enjoy the rest of the show. Rick, thank you so much for hopping on. Really appreciate it. Slackers. The B-man is here. Stuart, you got to instant message me. I want to bring you as a guy on the show. I really want people to meet you. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead for the sip. Oh, that's delish. That's good. That is good. Ice cold. It's got a strong ale taste to it, which I really like. Nothing too hoppy. Just really, really pungent ale. It's really, I want to say cold filtered. I don't know if that is how it's brewed, but something about it is really smooth and creamy. Nate, what's it like for your first sip?
Yeah, it's a good beer. It's full body. There's a bit of bitterness in there, but it's not too much. I like it. Anchor Steam's a good beer. It's been around for a while. Accessible. I like it.
Nate, my sister wants to know if you did anything grody. Can you show her what you did for people that are just joining us for Eat or Not? What'd you do for Eat or Not?
Let me get some of the bad pieces out of here, like my gnarly bite marks out of it. But yeah, Lisa, there we go. We had Coke wings made by my wife. You can see, got some chili on there, some rice, some cilantro, green onion. I know it's not what you expect out of Buffalo, Lisa, but these are Chinese Coke wings.
And what he means by Coke wings, Lee, is they're Coca-Cola wings, and they're pretty popular in China. I'm not sure. Maybe Dad, I'm not sure. Have you ever had those? Did any of your friends ever make you the Coca-Cola wings? It's kind of a thing, and I was introduced to them. And Jen spent time in China. Have you ever tried the Coca-Cola wings? Anyway, we're on to the second beer. This is what we're drinking, Anchor Steam. Now it's time for the video that comes out next week, and I am really pumped up about this one because I never knew these ones still existed until a few years ago when me and Nate were in Thailand, and we went to this place on top of a mall, and I didn't even know they existed anymore. It was a fast food restaurant. Okay, Dad said, are those good wings, sweet tasting? Dad said he's had them in China. That's pretty cool. Mark. Julie in Copenhagen. Cindy, I'm going to sue you. Okay. But it's kind of an old-fashioned place. They died out in the United States in certain areas, but I found one about 2 or 3 hours from me, and I went and dipped in and made a video, and I'm talking about A&W All-American Food, and I went through A&W. Yes, it's another fast food Friday. I'm really looking forward to it, drooling, and if you guys don't know A&W, certainly those of you that are older probably remember it, but those of you that are overseas or may have never seen that, it's an old-fashioned hamburger stop, kind of like a Wendy's, kind of like a McDonald's. It's exactly like a McDonald's and Burger King, but their burgers are awesome because they're most closest to a smash burger, which is my favorite, and is the fast food style. So that's going to be coming out this week. Be sure to stay tuned for Food Friday, the Big Papa Burger. It's going to be fun. My computer is weird. My video is... Oh, okay. I'm not really sure. We're running pretty clear over here. My computer is wet. I'm not sure what that means. But anyway, if you haven't seen it yet because it's not out yet, but be sure to check out this upcoming week. I'm going to A&W. Dad, I don't know if you remember A&W, but it's kind of like Dairy Queen. You only see them in certain places. Dairy Queen still does a lot of ice creams, but the A&W burgers are fantastic. Now it's time for Barrow's favorites. It's time for This Day in History. What was the recipe on the smash burger? Oh, we got something for you.
You'll see later this month.
Yeah, Aquanuts. Stay tuned. That Friday night, we're going to be doing, we may even do a few of them. We might do another special smash burger video where we just make the smash burgers. And then you're gonna find out, because I cannot wait to get there and do that. Nate makes amazing food. Pretty much it goes like this. My favorite places to eat are my dad's kitchen, then Nate's kitchen, and then maybe Salsaria.
Wow, we made it in front of Salsaria.
Yeah. Oh, I remember him before you were born. Well, Dad, you can remember him if you watch my video coming out. A Malin mukbang. Okay, Malin equals making. Okay, so guys, let's go on to This Day in History. Before I get started, I will like to say that I'm not a history teacher. I'm not a history professor. I just like history. I think it's a fun segment to bring up. If you are interested in taking over the This Day in History, I'd love to hear from you. Please DM me, or if you can suggest somebody. I'd love to bring somebody on the show that is a regular, that does This Day in History for all of us. Kind of like how Nate has his own segment. I'd love to bring a history teacher in. So if you know anybody, please DM me on Instagram and let me know, and I'll go ahead and give it a try. So, but until then, I'm going to continue doing it. Thank you, Frank. Frank, if you know any history teachers that would love to do this, like I said, they only have to pop on for about 20 minutes toward the end of the show. They're welcome to hang out throughout the whole show. But if you know anybody that is really a history buff, like a real teacher, a professor, I'd love to bring them on the show. So here we go. On this day in history, on April 11th in 491, Flavius Anastasius becomes the Byzantine Empire as Anastasius the First, okay, often called the very first Byzantine Empire. Wow, that is a long time ago, and if you're into that kind of stuff, well, you can go ahead and Google it more. But the Byzantine emperor was made the very first one on this day in history. All right, on this day in history, on April 11th, 1868. Okay, another long time ago, the shogunate was abolished in Japan. Okay, so no longer was the shogun, no longer was the samurai allowed to just roam and rule Japan. It was the shogunate. Okay, and that ended on this day in history. All right, on this day in history, on April 11th, Dad's Kitchen, #1 spot. Okay, I think the 10. But we're going to be moving to the Friday night, so maybe he can do a Friday night. Enjoy the burger, Aquanuts. Okay, going to the next one on this day in history, April 11th, 1909 was the very first establishment of Tel Aviv by Jewish settlers. Now, it was called Azunat Bayet. Okay, so Tel Aviv is a city in Israel. It is the capital. Oh, no, it's not. I don't think it was the capital, but it's a huge city. But on this day in history, in 1909, it was then established as Tel Aviv. So if you're interested and you go to Tel Aviv, let me know how it is. I'd love to hear about it. But before that, for a long time, it was called Azunat Bayet. All right, next one. On this day in history, I'm slurring. I'm all over the place. On this day in history, April 11th, 1957, Britain agrees to Singaporean self-rule. That's right. They gave it back to the Singaporean government, and they let them rule themselves. The British controlled Singapore, much like they did with Hong Kong. But then, on this day in history, in 1957, they gave it back to the Singapore people. Damn it, it's wet, and I was drooling over Nate's food. Yes, it was delicious. Cindy did an awesome job, and Nate does a great job reviewing it. And man, I tell you what, I cannot wait to get there and eat. Most people think like, oh yeah, you go to Vegas, you're gonna go out, you're gonna go to the Strip. I don't want to do any of that. I want to sit around, talk shit with my friend and eat food all day at his house. That's my Vegas trip. And spend some time with him and his family. All right. On this day in history, April 11th, 1963, the Milwaukee Braves future Baseball Hall of Famer Warren Spahn beats the New York Mets 6-1 for his 328th win, the most by the Major League left-hander. He ended the career with 363 wins. Still holds the record to this day for most. Nate, what do you think about that? Still holds the record for most wins by a left-handed pitcher, Warren Spahn.
It'll never happen again.
Never happen again. You don't think so, huh?
There's no way. The game has changed so much. They use pitchers, going into the late innings much less than they ever did. Plus, of course, you have so much money invested in these guys. You worry about them breaking down that you try and control their pitches and their innings. So it'll never happen again. That was one hell of a feat.
Yeah, I agree. That's our little baseball thing. And one of the things is Buffalo. Warren Spahn is a Buffalo native. He went to South Park High School in Buffalo. Yeah, he's a Buffalo native. So thought I would throw that in there. And lastly, closing out the show on this day in history, April 11th, 1976, Apple releases its first computer, the Apple I. It was designed and hand-built by Steve Wozniak. The computers are sold wholesale by Steve Jobs. To finance their manufacturing, Wozniak sells his HP 65 calculator for $500. And, Steve Jobs, sells his VW van. VW van. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the place. So it just goes to show you that sometimes you have to put in a little investment if you want this thing to, and if you really believe in it, like those two guys did. They believed in their Apple computer, they believed in their company, and they sold their calculator that was worth $500. So it's probably $2,000 if you go ahead and date it to today. And he sold his car. He basically sold his car. But look at Apple now. Look at what they have done. And oh my gosh, drooling is not even remote. But yeah, that's this day in history. I hope that you guys enjoyed these fun facts. I hope that you enjoyed this segment. Like I said before, if you have anybody that's interested in doing this, I'd love to hand this over. I'd love to bring somebody quirky, eccentric. It doesn't matter, man, woman, animal. If you can get an animal to talk, just bring somebody on the show that you might suggest that would be fun for this day in history. We will be moving probably to a Friday night slot, West Coast time. So probably around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Friday nights. So if that makes it better for the person, you can kind of pitch that to them. But I'd love to have somebody in here that really takes pride in talking about history, that can bring some ultimate value to this segment of this show. It's the steam. It's an interesting, it's always fun. It's always fun, but I think we can get better. I think we can bring a true professional, a history professional, much like we bring the test rabbit onto the show to go ahead and talk about some fun stuff. Nate, cheers to you. We are drinking Anchor Steam. It is delicious. It is a good beer. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to go in for another swig. And now I'm going on delicious beer. I love the rich ale taste to it. I love the complexity in it. I love the malt flavor. It's almost got that burnt caramel flavor to it. And Anchor Steam really has a smooth taste to it. It's just really smooth. Once again, this is a stronger ale that doesn't dictate it by its ABV. I feel that it's stronger. I feel like, getting through a 6-pack of this stuff, you're going to be cranked. You're going to be crushed. But
Wonder Strudel.
Yeah, hey, Wonder Strudel's here. Yes. Welcome. I missed BC. Yeah, we missed BC. Unfortunately, the time hasn't worked out for BC, and he's unable to be here at this time slot. But we'll try to bring him back. I'm sure he misses you too, Byro. Oh, I made it. Cheers. Wonder Strudel's here. We are doing the segment of What Are You Reading? What Are You Watching? And I am reading another play. This play is a lot of fun. It's called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. It's a great little fun play. It's a dramatic masterpiece. Okay, if you've never read this play before, definitely check it out. It's kind of like what was that? Put the coffee down. Coffee's for sellers. It's kind of like that.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Glengarry Glen Ross twist. It's a fun play. I read it a long time ago. I'm about to read it again, starting tonight. I enjoy always reading plays. For me as an actor, I think that it's one of the things that you should be better than most at. I'll say it that way. Better than most at is reading, understanding scripts, understanding plays. So that's what I'm reading. Up to you, whatever you're reading. Nate, are you reading anything these days?
No, I'm just trying to read about the Eagles and who they're going to draft when you're here in Vegas.
Oh, who do you think? Who do you got? Who do you got?
Right now, if I had to choose and he's available, J.C. Horn is my guy at number 12.
Cornerback.
Unless Trey Lance drops. If he drops into that 10 range, Howie might make a move.
I'm thinking there's a lot of smoke screens going out there about Mac Jones. I don't think he's going to be picked at 3.
It's Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. All right. Well, moving on. What are you watching? I've moved on from Longmire. There's a lot of seasons. I'll go back to it. But I'm watching something that is very dear and near to me. I think Nate too. And I think most of you that were brought up here in the United States in the 80s. And that is a fun, well, not fun, but interesting documentary called The Challenger, The Final Flight. It is on Netflix. And it's crazy because I just still remember sitting in the hallway at the school that I was at in the middle of school. And I remember it was the first time they were sending a teacher into flight. Yep. Okay. And if you guys remember that, you remember what I'm talking about. And I remember that back in the 80s, they used to have these things called the AV room. And the AV room was a little section in your thing where it was like the TV was on this push out cart. And then, you rolled out the cart. And I remember watching my teacher roll the cart through all this crowd of people. And it was like the boys were on one side of the hallway and the girls were on the other side of the hallway. And because they were always touching and grabbing each other and fooling around. And then the teacher would come out. I forget what grade I was in. And they would roll out this TV and we all watched The Challenger live because it was the first time they were shooting a teacher into space. And it blew up and it was like, I don't remember how I was back then. But watching that documentary, and oddly enough, ironically, one of the producers is actually from Kenmore, New York, my hometown, just a kid from Kenmore. I was reading up on it. So it's very interesting to go back on it. But what's most powerful and impact about that, I'm reading comments on you, the Weekly Beer Show. Yes, thank you so much, Drunetic. I'm watching The Serpent. That's pretty cool. Thanks for the phony one of the things that is so impactful about that documentary is the very first opening scene is literally somebody rolling out the TV in a school of kids. Yeah. Have you seen it, Nate?
No, I haven't seen the documentary, but I remember that exact moment as well. And I remember my reaction. I remember crying. I was confused. And then the teacher kind of let us know what actually had happened because we, at that age, I was probably 5 or 6 years old at the time. And I remember the confusion. And then when we got some clarity from the teacher, it was uncontrollable. I remember crying to my mom when I got home. It was one of those moments where you'll never forget it. Kind of like 9/11. I remember exactly where I was for that. It was the same kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Same like impactful thing. One of the things I always remember is where I was for the Challenger, where I was for the 9/11, and where I was when OJ got acquitted.
Oh, shit. I don't remember where I was for that, but I remember watching the White Bronco.
Yeah, the White Bronco I remember too. But anyway, that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm watching. Nate's watching this, that, and that. But let's go ahead and drink this last bit of Anchor Steam and give it a score.
Down it, dude.
Now, a lot of people are wondering, why does the second beer come so fast? The reason the second beer comes so fast is it's actually the same amount of time allotted. I went back and statistically analyzed it and the amount of drinking and talking about the beer. What happens is, in the beginning of the show, we have so many other segments, like what would you rather, eat it or not? I go through the introduction. So therefore, that first beer feels like it's longer, but it's actually the same time that we analyze it and review it. Let me go ahead and get right into the taste. Love the taste. It's got a great malt flavor to it. I will be late to the party, but if you haven't watched The Spy on Netflix, I'll go. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Wonder Strudel. I always love the suggestions. I think the taste of this beer is great. I think it's what you want when you drink an ale. It's not too stouty. It's not too pungent in the hops flavor. It's just a smooth, real crisp, really. There's something about this ale that flows really well. I don't know what it is, Nate, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.0.
So I mean, yeah, for me it's a little bit different. I'm not an ale fan, so I'll go 3. I understand they're probably hitting the target when it comes to ales, but it's just not my thing. It has that kind of amber red type of beer flavor, which is just not my thing. But I do like it. It's a well-crafted beer, so I'll give it a 3, which is a little bit below average, but because of the notoriety, is probably slightly overrated for me.
Interesting. See, that's what I like about it. It's almost getting to a hoppy flavor of an IPA, but it pulls back.
I can see that.
Price. Not a bad price at all. I got this in a gift pack. So, but I know what did you pay for this, Nate? Because I'm going to go off of your thing, and I know how much Anchor Steam. What did you pay in Vegas?
It was $7.99 for a 6-pack of bottles, so that's a pretty fair price.
Aunt Pauline, yes, welcome. All right, my Aunt Pauline is here. Woohoo! Okay, $6.99 for a 6-pack. So that would bring us to about $1.20 a beer. That's a great price.
Yeah.
When you get a delicious ale for a little bit over $1.20, once you add taxes,
it's $6 in a bar.
Yeah. Once you add taxes and deposit, we're looking at $1.30. I'll take that all day, every day. All right. That is a delicious beer at a great price. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give that a 5.0.
Boom.
That's right. You heard it. Boom. All right. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to do a 4.5 because really when it comes to the price, we're almost talking Budweiser price. Yeah. Right? It's that close. So you're getting a craft beer taste, a craft beer style, microbrew type of deal, but it's mass produced. Everybody can get it, and the price is reflective of that. So I'll give it a 4.5.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so my Aunt Pauline is here, I believe, watching somewhere. Aunt Pauline, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I love you. I miss you. Tell Uncle John I miss you. And we miss Cousin Brian. And, yeah, so just wanted to throw that out there. All right, next thing, design. Let's take a look at this. I love the anchor. I don't know what about this old school tattoo look. I think it's just really neat. I think the anchor is really cool. I think the fact that I've always wanted to join the Navy definitely adds to that. I think it's just got a cool label. This weird bottle is different than a lot of bottles. It's not a full chode. It's not a chody, but it's like, I don't know. It's like weird. Something about it I really like. I think the design is great. One thing I don't like about it is they don't put how strong it is, but that is more of a new school thing. So they're sticking with their traditional label. They're not putting on there. Typically now you'll find people like this go ahead and put it out there and tell you how strong the beer is. Anchor Steam's been around since 1896. Maybe they kept that tradition. Really great label. I like it a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5. Nate.
Inside of the cap. I don't know what that is.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go back. I'm going to backtrack a little bit, guys. Look at their cap.
Cap's cool, man.
Nate showed you the first. Look at their cap. It is cool. All right, so you know what? I'm changing the score for the first time ever. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.0. I'm giving it a 4.0. That's right. I go ahead and change it because I forgot about the cap. Okay, I know Brother Steve has been absent. Where is Brother Steve? Nate, what are you giving it on design?
I'm going to give it a 4.0 too. It's a solidly designed bottle of beer, right? Like you have the brown bottle. It's got a weird stoutness to the bottle. The label's cool. It's kind of almost has like a Sailor Jerry kind of mentality to it. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Something you would get tattooed. So I'll give it a 4.
Yeah. And one of the things I like about Anchor Steam, and I'm going to get in that in a minute, let's do accessibility. Is it accessible? Yes. It can be found anywhere in the United States. It's the one beer that a lot of times when I ask like, what do you got to drink? They tell me, I got this, I got this, I got this. You know, you go through your Bud, your Coors, your Heineken, your standard, your Corona, pass. Okay, what else you got? You know what I mean? What else you got? You want a beer like this with a steak. And most places in the United States are now carrying Anchor Steam. And I love that. Especially, they have other brands. There's an IPA, there's a dark. And I think that it is pretty accessible. So, is it accessible in Africa? No. Is it accessible in Asia? No. South America? Probably not. Maybe parts of Mexico, but it's probably not super accessible. So I'm going to give it a little bit higher score because you can find it in a lot of places here in the United States, but it's not worldwide yet. I'm going to give it a 3.0. Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, see, I actually think it's more accessible than you think.
Really?
I remember it being in China. I remember it being in Thailand.
Really?
Yeah, I remember Anchor Steam. It was on a draft or a, what do you call it? Draft? Yeah. So yeah, but it was. I remember it being there. So I'm going to give it a 4. Actually, I think it's really accessible for the craft beer type of style, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, now let's go to TMD factor. The way I look at this beer is it's one of those beers like when it came out, it had already been out for a while, but it broke through the microbrew realm before a lot of these craft beers in the last 10 years came through. So it was out there with like Saranac, Pete's Wicked, Sam Adams. What are some other ones? Like
Blue Moon.
What is it?
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. Yeah, it was one of these ones that cracked through prior to this whole push on craft beer. Later, Brennan. I'll see you in a few weeks. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think that's great. All together, I think it's got a delicious taste. And I don't know. I always like this. One thing I always too, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I've seen that it's pretty cool, is they make these salt and pepper shakers out of these in places in San Francisco. And they put the caps on them and they fill them with salt. And so, you know, I think that's kind of cool. Overall, I think it's delicious beer. I think it's cool that you can find it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the TMD factor a 3.5. Nate, what do you got?
Wow, this is the toughest one because I need to. I'm not a red ale type of guy, but for a beer like that, which is pretty much, you know, that's not your run-of-the-mill type beer, and it's gotten so much notoriety, it's gotten so much fanfare that it's been able to distribute at this wide net. I guess I got to give it a 4. You know, it's a strong beer.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. It's not my favorite tasting, as I said, from the score of a 3, but overall, you got to give credit where credit's due. I'll give it a 4.
Wow. Nate, this is the highest I've ever seen you score a beer. And that's what's going to go ahead and bring me to today's score. I gave the score of the Anchor Steam a solid, tied with the banana bread, an 18.5. That is a good score right there. 18.5. There it is for both of them. It's a double-double. Look at that. There it is. That is the score for today. They both scored an 18.5. Solid choices. Great beers. Enjoyed them both. And Nate, what was your score on the Anchor Steam?
I actually beat your score of 19.5. So my score was 19.5. So 1 point above yours, which is really shocking because I wouldn't buy this beer. But again, like it's a good quality beer that's mass produced at a really good price. And even if you don't love it, you can still drink it and still enjoy it. So yeah, 19.5 for me.
Wow. That's fantastic, Nate. That is awesome, man. Wow, that is really nice. And that might be your highest score. Our highest score is Duckzilla at 20 and Bunny with a Chainsaw at 20. So can we break through the threshold next week? We don't know. We're going to have a fun guest next week. She is going to be awesome. She is going to be bringing the heat in the kitchen. So stay tuned for next week. Double trouble. Okay. Lisa says, oh, I drew from the Stewart, the beekeeper. But now it's time for the quote of the week. I'm going to do the quote of the week, and then I'll swing back to Nate and say goodbye. But here it is, guys. And this one is brought to us by author Raphael Sabatini. He wrote The Fortune's Fool, and he said this: Thirstily, he set his lips, and as a cool refreshment began to soothe his throat, he thanked heaven that in a world of much evil, there was still a good thing as an owl. I just love that. I love it. It's so nice. It's I don't know. It's like not Shakespeare, but it's so like, he's drinking this thing and he's like, you know what? Probably had a tough day. And if you don't know, Raphael Sabatini writes these great novels, fighting devils and weird stuff and stuff. And it's called Fortune's Fool. And it's talking, not literally from the book. This is talking from my life, and it's like, whatever happens in your life, wherever you are, it's all relative. People have shitty days. They have things that are stressful. Things come about, whether they're financially, whether they're, in your work or physically, something could be wrong. But at the end of the day, if you're able to go ahead and just sit back and relax yourself, get home to your dwelling, wherever that may be, and just crack open a beer. And that's what this show is all about. Sip down the beer and just relax yourself to another point. I'm not talking about getting silly, stupid drunk. I'm not talking about just being just over the power into alcohol and stuff. I'm talking about just enjoying a beer. And I love it that his character in the book talks about this because he had a bad day or whatever happened in this book. I don't know the context of what this was pulled out of, but I do know that it is relative to whatever we're feeling as humans, as individuals, wherever we are around the world. If you enjoy beer, if you enjoy a good sip, a nice tasting ale, that you're sipping back, you relax, and you say, you know what? Wow. Thirstily, he set it to his lips, right? He was thirsty. He wanted it. He could feel it. He quenched it. He's had it before. He wants to try it again, okay? And as its cool refreshment, whether it's Anchor Steam or the banana bread, it began to soothe the throat, okay? He started to feel relaxed in himself, okay? He thanked heaven that in a world of much evil, because there's a lot of evil out there. There's a lot of scumbags and nitbags and just idiots out there, okay? Felt so good to drink something as an owl. And I love this quote. I know it's a little poetic and it's a little out there, but that's the quote of the week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope you guys had a peach crown. Stuart the Beekeeper says peach crown. I'm bringing Nate back in here. Nate, have you guys tried the peach crown? It is awesome. Peach flavor is my most synthetic favorite flavor.
Is it?
It is. So I haven't tried it. It is a great quote, Frank. If you think about it, it's just about how we are on the show and about just cracking a beer and let your worries kind of subdue for the moment. Okay, agreed. I'll definitely try it. Barrow says clap, clap. Great show, Danny and Nate. Looking forward to smashing burgers. See you guys next week, Aquanuts. That's it for today's show. Nate, thank you so much. Do you have any parting words to leave us?
Yeah, so that quote was awesome, Danny. And it kind of reminds me of stop and smell the roses, right? Things are challenging every single day. And we all know what this COVID situation has presented us all with, but go walk outside, go feel the sun on your face and just take the little things. Don't take them for granted. And have a great week, everybody. Thank you for being here. Danny, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Always, Nate. Always, man. Great to have you here. You bring so much value and fun to the channel. Fun for me, fun for the viewers. Thank you so much for being, and thank you guys for each and every week, keep showing up. We're about, I would say about 60 subscribers away from 5,000.
Let's do it.
My birthday is in 2 weeks. If I could hit 50,000, if I could hit 5,000 subscribers for my birthday, I will be ecstatic. So please go ahead, share any one of my videos. Just go through the whole videos, copy the link and just share it. Let's get some more people involved in this. Thank you so much for the support each and every week. I can't say thank you enough. We are continuing to grow. We're going to continue to grow this channel and build it the right way. Thank you so much. This is the beers we had today. It was both at 18.5. Always a pleasure to have Nate here and those Coca-Cola chicken wings. One day we're going to get Cindy on the show. But for now, I really hope that you had a great week. I look forward to it. See you, Jens. Always a pleasure, Frank. All right, Friday edition is coming. Another great show. Thank you, Drunatic. Have a great week, Tenacious Freak. You are one of the OG 25-3s. Okay, see you guys later. Baba, Knight, Aunt Pauline, Lisa, Dad, Mike, cousin Mike, anyone, my family members, hello, goodbye. Thank you so much. I'm Travel Man Dan. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye-bye, guys.
Later.
All right, goodbye. We'll bring Nate on for the last part of the segment. Goodbye. Okay, Lisa, bye-bye. Peace to all. And Nate is out of here. You will. Thank you so much. See everyone next Sunday. Goodbye. Dad, goodbye. I'm going through everybody's comments. You guys are wonderful. I love you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.